Just like that. Oh, idiot. We gotta get the sending unit and everything through there. That's gonna be fun. Get this on the ground so I don't spill fuel everywhere. Whoa. What's going on YouTube? Levi Old Iron Off-Road out here today with a quick video. Got my hair. My hair always looks stupid when it's growing back. I get these funky little wings, and as I get older my forehead gets bigger. Anyway, today we've got a super quick short video. I wanted to go over something on the Holley Hydromat. If you are into LS swaps and old fuel systems, this is definitely something you're going to want to check out. So I'm not real sure how this thing works. It does in fact work. I've tested it. Literally dipped just a tiny corner of this thing in a tank of fuel and siphoned a complete tank out. It's crazy how well this thing works. So basically what this thing does is it's going to help eliminate cavitation, and it's also going to help improve fuel pickup in off-camber situations, especially in tanks that aren't baffled and aren't set up for fuel injection systems. So again, with Yogi being fuel injected, I've already on a low tank, knowing I'm going to run this thing off camber, knowing I'm going to have pickup issues and cavitation issues probably, because the return in that tank is not necessarily set up properly. And by that I mean a proper fuel injection setup should have the fuel return should be oriented below the fuel level. It should never be spraying out on top of the fuel, because as that fuel starts spraying and hitting the top of the pickup, it actually disrupts the top of the fuel and creates air bubbles, which can cavitate the pump, cause pump failure, loud pumps, and just in general is not an ideal situation. Now, one thing that is great about this Hydromat is that is exactly how Holley recommends their fuel systems, the fuel return in particular, be directed. They want fuel return spraying on top of this so that if this thing is exposed and there's not much fuel down in the bottom of the tank that's being able to be absorbed, the return is going to keep this thing wet enough to actually constantly pick up fuel and constantly supply your pump. So really ingenious contraption. Again, when this thing is barely one corner in the fuel, the rest of the thing completely in the air, it'll still pull fuel from this corner. It's crazy. So the cells inside must seal up somehow, except for what's immersed in the fuel. Again, not a scientist, have no idea how this works. I do know that it does in fact work. So we're going to get this guy installed in the fuel tank, and I thought I would take you along for the modifications and how we're going to make this thing happen. So what we have here is a new fuel sending unit, and I picked up a couple of fittings. Now these are available in all different configurations, all different sizes. You can get these huge mats, you can get them crosses, you can get all kinds of stuff. And if you're running a metal tank, you can actually get the install kit that comes with magnets that you actually attach to these corners, and it holds it down to the bottom of the tank. Ours is a poly tank, so it's not something that we can use, but with the way we're going to attach this, it's going to be rigid enough that it's not going to be floating around, so it's not going to be an issue. And these things, you can fold them up to drop them into the tank. So the mat that we have is a 3x8. Again, we have a factory sending unit. Now what I'm trying to do is configure this so that that Hydromat is setting in the factory location of where this pickup screen would be. Basically all I've done is bought a 3/8 MPT male to 3/8 female fitting to a 5/16 compression fitting, which is already attached. I just dropped the foil. Found it. And I have bent this pickup a little bit so that this thing will be setting pretty close to where the original pickup would be, and get it as flat to the bottom of the tank as we possibly can. And when it's assembled, I've got it pretty much in there where I want it. I'm going to kick this down just a little bit so that this is more flat, so it's going to set flatter on the bottom of the tank, but you get the gist of it. Again, really fancy product. So let's bend this just a fuzz. Kick that down just a little bit, and then we'll tighten that the rest of the way up. That should be really close to what we need. So I'm going to tighten this down just a little bit so this can't turn and accidentally fall off in the bottom of the tank. Snug it down, we'll get it fit up and see how it fits in our tank. Okay, let's drop it in. Now, if you are installing this in a metal tank, I'm gonna recommend that you make sure the tank is as clean as possible. It also recommends taping the edge of your tank up if you're running a metal tank with any sharp edges. You don't want to cut the membrane on this thing. Let's see if crinkle this guy up enough we can get it in there. Yeah. I just want to make sure when I drop it in that it actually hits the bottom of the tank. So this thing's holding us off the bottom just a little bit. So we need to shorten our tube by about 1 inch. And that should end up being a pretty darn good fit. Let all the gas run off of it. It's crazy how saturated this mat is. You can see I'm actually wringing fuel out of it. It's crazy. Crazy, man, crazy. So I need to finagle this thing up about 1 inch. I'm actually going to cut this back and rebend it. All right, so we've got this thing pretty much assembled. Should be happy. Get our O-ring on. Oh, I'm just gonna yell at me because I'm gonna stink like fuel. And let's drop this guy down into the tank. And just like that, you've got a Hydromat in your tank. And again, this is gonna help alleviate cavitation problems. It's gonna help eliminate pickup problems. Just all around gonna be a good upgrade for a fuel injection system in an older fuel tank. And that's all I've got for this video. We hope you enjoy. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications when new videos are uploaded. And as always, enjoy.